guys, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're here to talk about Chucky episode 5.
Yep.
What's this episode called?
Little Lies.
Little Lies. Make sure you get it right this time.
I know, yeah. Last week we did not say it right. It was just a small little, discrepancy.
What was it called? Just Let Go, and you said Let It Go?
Yeah, I was pulling some inspiration from Frozen.
Yeah, you were going all Elsa on their butts last week.
But it was Just Let Go. So anyway, Little Lies. I know that I'm right because I see it right over there on the screen.
Right there on the TV. We just got done watching it. But before we get into it and breaking down the episode and giving you all our thoughts, we want to ask that if you are not yet a subscriber of the Married with Media channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, like this video and comment your thoughts on this week's episode. So we know this is the day after. We're going to try to go as spoiler free as possible. But, if you don't want to know anything about this episode, I suggest that you go watch it and then come back and watch our review.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be hard not to talk about
it
spoilers.
It's hard. There's some characters that showed up in this one that we got to talk about. So if you don't want to know anything, click off the video, go watch the episode, and then come back and watch our review.
Right, yeah, because I'm like, I don't know if we can do that because a lot of stuff happened.
So what'd you think of this episode?
So yeah, I thought that this was a really good episode. Like I said, there was a lot that happened in this episode.
A lot of stuff. We got Jennifer Tilly.
Right.
She came in. We got Fiona Dorff.
Right, yeah, 2 right out the bat.
Yeah, so we got some legacy characters coming back into the show. We got more backstory with Charles Lee Ray. So more stuff with the kids. I'm liking how it could have been very easy for them to just jump right in and bring back all the characters we know and love from the previous films. But they waited and they got you attached to the kids. And now they're starting to bring everybody in. I like that and appreciate the fact that they're doing that to kind of get us invested in the kids. So now it doesn't feel like the kids are being sidelined for the older legacy characters coming in.
That's true,
It feels like they're all going to kind of intermingle together and all feel of the same importance.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the 2 worlds meet, per se. So I don't know. With this episode, Chucky was still burnt from the house fire. And the little girl who really took a liking to her, I can't think of her name. The little girl.
It's
Lexi's little sister.
I can't remember her name either.
She has finally woken up from kind of being out of it from, all the smoke.
Inhalation.
Yeah, that she had. So she wakes up, she's asking for Chucky, and her dad pulls Chucky out of the cabinet. And
so he's a little burnt, but here you go.
He's a little different than you remember,
What does Chucky
sweetie.
call himself? I forget what he calls himself. Does he call himself like a tuna melt or a Swiss melt or something? He calls himself like some kind of a sandwich. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I can't remember that part, but yeah, it's pretty funny.
The scene in the beginning where he throws him down the chutes and then he's like getting all the needles in him and he's like, that was a little weird.
Right.
But also I guess it felt in line with Chucky.
Yeah. The dad shows her Chucky and she freaks out because, he looks terrible. And so he throws him down the garbage chute at the hospital. Yeah. And like you said, he was basically swimming in a bunch of used needles.
Yeah, he was getting high by the needles and the blood. And I'm like, this is...
another kind of like a comedic scene, I feel like. Yeah. It was kind of funny.
Chucky's got hepatitis now.
Right. I know. But, and so, Lexi and Jake and Devin. I remember his name.
Yeah, all the 3 of those are kind of in it together. Right. And then Junior's kind of off to the side. Like, what are you guys talking about? Because they don't bring him into it. Yeah,
Lexi, they definitely talked about it in this episode about informing Junior of what's going on. Yeah. And Lexi was kind of like, there's no way he's going to believe us. Trust me, because they're boyfriend, girlfriend, and and so anyway, he's still kind of out of the loop on everything. Yeah. But yeah, so the three of them are all kind of like joining together and taking Chucky down so that they can kind of end this once and for all. But we know that it's not that easy.
To the new Chucky, they bring a new Chucky in,
Right. So yeah, the
Tommy,
dad,
which is a throwback to Child's Play 2 because Tommy's the one that they get Andy, or no, Tommy's the one that's in the house when Andy goes to live with the foster parents.
Okay, yeah.
In Child's Play 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got another Chucky doll, and then he transfers his soul into that doll.
Right.
But we don't know that he did, and then the kids start beating the old Chucky to death, and they think that they killed it. So.
Yeah, they think that they've took Chucky down.
But we knew better. We knew better. So yeah, let's get into the, we got some of the flashbacks with Charles Lee Ray. And
yeah, he's like an adult
I know
now.
you were asking me because I had to kind of remember myself, but Tiffany and Charles Lee Ray had a previous relationship. That's established in Bride of Chucky. And she's already a serial killer maniac in Bride of Chucky before she even gets transferred into the doll. So she's kind of like Charles Lee Ray's equivalent.
Yeah, it was weird because obviously it's been a while since I've seen it because like I didn't know, like I knew that she knew how Chucky was and everything, or Charles, and I knew that she was like, by his side and stuff through it, but I didn't know that she like also partaked in murdering or whatever. So this like flashback where you find out it's her, I was just really like surprised by that because I'm like, was she like that? I didn't know.
Yeah, and I kind of forgot as well a little bit, but like, yeah, that's the whole setup for Bride of Chucky. She finds the doll because she heard about Charles Lee Ray transporting his soul into the doll.
Right.
And that's how they introduce her character. She's trying to bring him back, her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked how they went back and they showed how they met, but they do it in a way that's like you think it's one girl and then it turns out to be another.
Yeah.
He
he basically like finds her in a bar and they tried to like lure.
Lore. Don't ask me, I can't pronounce anything.
Right. They basically like have a threesome with the intention of like murdering the girl that they invite back because they both
he discovers that the girl they brought back is more psychotic than her.
She was like, he goes to kill this girl because we're thinking the other one is Tiffany the whole time because she has blonde hair.
She has blonde hair, yeah.
But then the girl when he's getting ready to kill her, the one that they brought back, she's like, do it. Kill me, and he's like, okay, I think I like you more than the other girl.
The other girl just bites lips. You actually want me to murder you.
Right. So, and then, she like that Tiffany voice, like really.
Yeah. Well, what did you think of that? Because it obviously wasn't their real voices. The actors, they were dubbing them over.
Yeah. It was so like, even with the Charles, like hearing him sound like Chucky, it was very weird. Because like all you can see is like, well, at least for Charles, you can just see Chucky, Yeah. It just sounds like very like little and.
I thought that, it was intentional. I feel like they wanted it to sound a little weird and wonky and jarring, but I would have rather them just maybe said, hey, try to do your best Tiffany or Jennifer Tilly impersonation. Sure, yeah. Do your best Brad Dourif impersonation.
Because like, I feel like it would make sense that like, if you transferred your soul to a body that like you might sound a little different. Yeah. So it would be okay if they didn't sound exactly the same, but.
Yeah, it was just weird because they were different actors, they weren't the, the actual Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly.
So yeah, it was weird, but
yeah, then we get the scene, with Nika, who was the girl from Curse and Cult, which you remembered her.
They did a current time.
Yeah.
So then we get to see Jennifer Tilly.
I've seen Curse a couple of times, but I've only seen Cult the one time. I wasn't a big fan of that one. But that's where all the shit really just like spirals in all these kind of crazy directions, and he splits his soul and all this stuff. So I might want to go back and rewatch that one just to kind of refresh myself because I feel like
I do need a refresher.
We're gonna be extreme, even though they're doing a good job of like explaining stuff. Like they go back and explain like I was in the hospital and Chucky split a soul. Like they explain it in the show,
right?
Which is good that they don't rely on you to remember that. Overall, I liked the episode a lot. Was this one of your favorites? Would you say?
I mean, I don't know. I probably not one of my favorites. I still really enjoyed it, but I don't know if I would say that it's taken the place of like a previous favorite.
Yeah.
Which like right offhand, I would have to think more about which one has been my favorite. But yeah, what about you?
This was I'd say episode 4 is probably still my favorite. Then it would probably be 3, and then it would probably be this one.
Gotcha.
I liked that they brought Tiffany and everybody in, but they didn't really do anything with them this episode except for that one like hotel scene.
Right. I think this was a good way to, because it did like the.
It's like now we know they're there.
Right. Like at current time, and we see that she really hasn't changed. She's still, she's still murdering people, and Chucky is in the girl's body, but like
she's switching back and forth, which is kind of weird. I didn't know that was a thing.
Because he's like split his soul into different places or whatever. I guess he can't fully overtake her. Yeah. And so there's like she kept like kind of going in and out of. Well, I think she said something about she dropped her knife. Yeah. So like, is that like a legit thing? Like if she drops the knife, she loses Chucky?
I don't know. Maybe the soul's in the knife. I have to, like I said, I got to rewatch Cult because I don't. That could have been established in there. It could have not. But this lore is really expanded and it's gotten kind of crazy. It's a far cry away from the old simple one soul, one doll.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure how I feel about the whole like splitting of souls and like being in multiple people and objects.
But from everything I hear, it's only going to get more crazy. And it's going to open up even more, like to the point like we could get to the end of the season, there might be like 50 Chuckies invading the town or something.
I mean, I will say though, like I get it for entertainment purposes. Like it's definitely going to give there more to be talked about and like more to the story. I don't know, more going on, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, it's going to be fun. I think it'll be good. But we'll see how it goes. But
yeah, but out of 10, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. What would you give it?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'd say probably an 8 out of 10 as well.
Okay.
And we also got, with I just wanted to briefly say with Jake and Devin.
Yeah,
like we
more
finally
of their relationship.
Right, like more of their relationship is coming out. They started to hold hands in this episode. And when they thought that they had like beat Chucky or whatever,
we got a beheading this episode.
Yeah, the principal.
Yeah,
I mean that's a big deal. The school principal, like, geez,
right in front of everybody.
Right, like Chucky was at school or one of the Chuckies. I don't know, but yeah, like after they thought that they had beat Chucky or whatever, they were like on their bikes and they had like a little peck exchange or whatever. So so we'll see how that goes, because I know that Devin's mom is not really like a big fan of Jake currently. So and I know that she saw him hold hands at the like school or whatever. So we'll see what she has to say about that.
You also found out the mom's secret. She has cancer.
Oh,
That's another thing. So there's a lot of like melodramatic moments in this.
Yeah.
But we tend to like just focus on like the Chucky stuff.
Right. Like, Junior's mom, her secret. The whole time I'm thinking she's having an affair.
Yeah, that's what they wanted you to
Right.
think.
And really she has stage 4 cancer. So that's pretty dark. But then again, I don't know, like what if like if she dies, like what if Chucky tries to get into her body or
Yeah, that could be a thing.
So yeah, that about does it for this episode. Overall, it was a good episode and I'm still enjoying it. And I think it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And something I forget to mention too, I forget this, but I really love the intro.
You can tell that we don't take notes.
Right. But I love the intro. I just got to say that.
It's a great intro. I like how they change it every time.
Yes. I love how like there's different objects that make up the Chucky logo. Yeah. And I really like the music. I just think it's fun. So there's that. I just wanted to say that.
Those classic Chucky feels in that music. But I'm still enjoying the show a lot. I've embraced the fact that it's not my Chucky from the 1 through 3.
Well, it's about time.
I'm enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm in a good place with this show, though. I'm enjoying it. So appreciate you guys watching. Please comment down below your thoughts on this episode 5. I think we got, is this 8 episodes or 10 episodes? I thought it was 10. But I hear 8 in other places. I don't know. Maybe we need to go check it out.
We'll have to check. Yeah.
But yeah, comment down below your thoughts on this episode and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys later.
Bye.